Hey guys, morning. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. No, this is happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Academy Answers podcast. Let's do this 4 a.m. spin together. I'm heading out at 4 a.m. and thanks for joining. Thanks for listening in. Thanks for giving me so much support, guys. It is really heartening to see how this podcast has grown for something that I've thrown out there in thin air without friends, without family, without everybody knowing of it. I just come out here and do it. It is on about 10 platforms. Anchor is the base platform that has distributed it for me, and it's a wonderful opportunity that Anchor has given to me because usually you would have to go and set up across all these other platforms, but hey, now you do it on Anchor, and Anchor does the distribution across the other platforms with your links and all that stuff, and that's super amazing. Just goes to show the brilliance and the advancement and the wide and vast opportunities that open up in these times that we live in. We're blessed to live in these times. Do not take them for granted. About 50 years ago, to reach 50 million people would take you probably 7 years. Now you can reach 50 million people in about 15 minutes. And that is just amazing. So we do a podcast on personal development if you're joining us for the first time, and we talk about life. We talk about happiness, success, full potential, getting to live life in your own self-fulfilling way, in a happy way, in a way that makes you feel like your life is worth it and what you do is actually who you are. Because the majority, the masses, are stuck doing things that they hate. 87% of Americans say they hate their jobs, and if you go to places like Japan and China, that is probably 97%, and you might find some easier, better or more improved version of people and jobs when it comes down to whether they love it or hate it in the Scandinavian belts. But outside of that, it is people have worked hard in school, have been trained to come and look for a job, have been trained to come and work and get a career, and not realizing or being hoodwinked into it, and then coming out here to find that they've been lied to, and that it's not about the six-figure salary, and it's not all about what you can, your accolades and your public status symbols that they put on you, but it's more about how happy are you, and your happiness is paramount. But we are trying to pull back the layers that society have placed on people, and to make them understand that deep down inside them, that spirit, that urge, that desire that is forcing its way and trying to come up is something that is the centerpiece of what they are about, or what this life is about, or it is the main ingredient in their happiness. And that unless you get to do you, unless you get to express that version of yourself that is most outstanding. We all get one. Some people have it up front and see it. Some people just don't seek it and don't find it, but it's always there. Unless you get to express that, unless you get to bring that out, unless you get to use that to serve, unless you use that to create income, you will forever find that happiness eludes you, and you will fall into the trap of the masses, what they call the rat race, what they call existence. And we were not meant to just survive. We were meant to thrive as human beings. And all human beings, every single one of us, are special people who deserve the best life. And there's nothing stopping everybody from being happy. There's no such thing as some people were meant to be and some people were not meant to be. The only thing that is not being taught or hasn't been taught is that you are supposed to create your own happiness and be true to your own happiness, and not expect it to be handed to you, or expect to outsource it and for it to come to you. And when it doesn't come to you, kick and scream and complain and blame. That is crazy. So this person reached out to me, and this is really, really good topic. I've never actually thought about it this way. And I took a couple of weeks because I was looking around and searching around to make sure that it's a profound or it's a factual question. And actually it is. The question is, Lowen, I've listened to the older people and I've listened to the younger people online. I research a lot, I study a lot on successes and on businesses, online businesses, or on YouTube, on Facebook, all over. And I realize that the older crowd of people who speak like you, motivational entrepreneurs, are saying it's hard. But the other funnels, the other salespeople, the other business people, the younger guys are saying it's easy, it's quick. And the older people are saying it's hard, be patient. What should I believe? And the only younger or kind of a younger crowd that I hear saying it's more difficult is the crowd that is not even younger. The young crowd is in the middle, like Gary Vee and these guys. Look. I'm so happy you brought that question to this podcast. And I appreciate everyone's question. Look, your questions is what is helping people. I'm just adding things to it, but you are giving me that seed. And your role in helping other people is no less important than my role. We're doing this together. So I appreciate that. And the thing with success and everybody who's online we know that there's a lot of fake stuff out there online. People are salespeople and they're doing all these things to get people to click, to get people to buy, they're selling their products. I'm not hating on anyone's hustle. I've bought a lot of crap on all these other online platforms, but some of them I got value from, and I'm not cursing my journey. And some of them, nothing is wrong with, but it's because of my lack of focus, or it's not even up my street, but I just get them. And I can't say anything about it because I actually never put it to full use. But if you listen to the pitch sometimes, is what causes people to not even put it to full use, because it's sold as being easy. It's sold at 10 minutes a day and all that stuff. And my take on whether success is easy or not, who you should believe, is slightly different in perspective. Because no doubt, of course, there are the guys who come out here and find a winner, like I've done in my 20s, find a winner quick, and it happened quickly in terms of the actual event of money coming. But you must understand though that for guys to come up here and dedicate themselves to making something so good and scaling something, there has to be some underlying mindset that drives them. When I was a young kid, I was always thinking about business. I always think that some things are possible. I'm always searching for a connection. I'm always searching for an opportunity. I spend a lot of time doing that. My mental was always in that realm. So when the opportunity come, I was ready to ride it. I had the work ethic set up to ride it and to go quick and to not let up and to spend the time. You will not find success anywhere without that. That's gonna be in the mix somehow, somewhere. You're not gonna find guys who are successful without them being of a certain work ethic, whether it happen quick or not. So you got to wrap your head around that first to begin with, that there must be a base. And while we are counting the 6 months that they take to stride to $1 million or to stride to $2 million, we must also count the days and the time that they use to build the strength to make these strides, or to build the mindset for these strides. So you must also include that in your process. You cannot only look at a lawyer who went to school, for 4 years to do the law degree and not take a look at the time they went to grade school and high school to learn to be literate and numerate, and the time they have spent developing their minds to absorb knowledge. The base has to be counted. That's the first thing. The second thing is that success is both easy and hard. Why? Because no one knows how it will play out for them. No one knows how it will play out for them. So therefore, I always tell people that whatever, and I want you to listen to this carefully, I always tell people that whatever level of effort and time you think it will take you to win, prepare yourself to take 10x more time. So come from the mental background, or come from the mental foundation that however long I think I can take to do this, multiply it by 10. Reasonably. I'm not talking, say, 10 years and you multiply 10 years. Okay, all right, let's back off before people get crazy. However long of a time or length of a time you think you can take to do this, multiply it by at least 2. Double your time. Double your time and effort. Meaning, if you think you can take a year to do it by spending 5 hours a day, plan on taking 2 years to do it by spending 10 hours a day. Get that? Because you do not know. You do not know how much time it will take. You do not know how much effort it will take. So you have to prepare to double down. And remember that whatever you think you need in terms of capacity and potential to do it, you have way more capacity and potential than that as a human being. So let's go again. However long you think you might take to do this, and how much ever effort you think you might need to put in to get it done, to get to that level, to get that dream, double it. Double down. If you think you are going to use 2 years, plan for 4. And if you think you're going to have to spend 20 hours a day, 10 hours a day, plan for 20 hours a day. Double down on the time, double down on the effort. Length of time, double down on the actual time and the effort that you think you might need. But whatever you think that you need in terms of potential and capacity, you have double that. At least. You are capable. It can be done. So I would go with the older guys. Only reason why I'll go with the older guys is that the older guys have the thing of the mindset that states that you do it until. Do not count the cost. Do not worry about the time. Find something that empowers you. Find something that is fun for you. Find something that you enjoy doing. Find something that is your passion and do it. Because even though it's taking long, you won't mind. I don't listen to a lot of Steve Jobs, but he said that. He said that what you love, because it can get so hard that unless you love it, any reasonable person would quit. Success is not the same for everybody. You can model people, but you cannot follow them. In other words, you take a model, you take the structure, but you cannot use the same thing they're using for your own self. Everything, single thing. Your ingredients has to be in there. You have to apply your own life situation to it. That guy has 0 children, 0 family. He's in his basement and he's just chiming out work. He He goes to sleep, he wakes back up, he barely showers, and he's just getting that stuff done. He put in the work for 6 months, for a year. He comes up, he makes a course, he shows his ads, he shows in his back office, he shows how he has used 6 months to consistently make that stream of income, right? After he's showing that, you are only seeing that, but you are not seeing his life situation that give him the time and the foundation to do that. So what are you going to do? You're going to look at his ads. You're going to watch how he does them. You're going to look at the principles, but you cannot see the effort and the time that he put into it. You can stand on his shoulders because he has done the test already. You can see what didn't work for him, but then you are going to have to know how you structure your life to make the sprint or the marathon to where you want to go. So success can either be a sprint or it can be a marathon. It depends on you, but you must be prepared for a sprint and you must be prepared for a marathon. The next thing I'll tell you to close off with, and this is very important. I heard Jim Rohn taught this many years ago. Jim Rohn said that when you give a man $1 million, you first have to teach him to be a millionaire, or else he's lose the $1 million and lose himself in the process. And that is profound. It happened to me. I made $1 million, lost it. Why? Because no one taught me how to become a millionaire. So it's better to do it slower and keep it for longer than to do it fast and lose it faster. So when you go through the ropes, when you see the pitfalls, when you get the experience, when it takes you more time, you meet more people. When it's harder, you learn more. When it is delayed, you see more avenues and more pitfalls. And you learn the ropes because you have more time in the game, you have more skin in the game, you make more connections, you try more stuff. You know and appreciate how difficult it is. Therefore, when it comes to you, you handle it differently and you're more equipped to deal with it. When I was in my early 20s, I got loads of money. I didn't come from money. I didn't understand money. When my friends were buying real estate, I wasn't doing that. I was laughing all the way to the bank, making commodities cash, selling stuff, making money, banking money, keeping money around, stuffing money in a safe, and thinking that I was the man. I didn't know anything because I got a quick run quickly. If I had grind through the process and see more stuff and watch more guys fail and see more mistakes and make more mistakes myself, I would have learned that this is not how you do it. And then when that money comes, it would have lasted longer and I wouldn't have had to go to this up and down for 2 decades. Thank you guys. Always a pleasure. Remember that whatever time you think it will take, plan to double down on that time and that effort. And whatever time and effort that you think you need or that you will need, realize that you have more potential and more capacity than what is needed. And also, remember that the time doesn't matter. Do it until. Because the people who actually succeed are the people who will go to any ethical and reasonable extent to realize it for themselves. Because you know not what your journey will be. The best and only thing you have control over is how you show up for your journey. Have a good day, guys. Always a pleasure. Take care.